Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping our news today at noon. It's the fifth day in court for triple murder suspect Andres Andy Avalos. Attorneys presenting their closing arguments before the jury breaks to deliberate on a final verdict. ABC 7's Adam Cellini joins us live from the trial outside the Manatee County Judicial Center with more on what's happened so far today. Adam?
Yeah, Scott, we've heard from eyewitnesses, we've heard from doctors and family members throughout this week, all trying to prove the defense's claim that Andy Avalos was suffering from a psychological disorder when he brutally murdered his wife, neighbor, and a pastor back in 2014. But the state attorney's office is not buying this insanity defense. Instead, they're saying that it was substance abuse that drove Andy Avalos to those murders, along with jealousy. And the diagnosis he received from the defense's psychologist, delusional disorder, is not the case. The state attorney's office has promised to seek the death penalty in this case, and they did not hold back during their closing argument this morning.
I must submit to you that we have established by overwhelming evidence that this man murdered Amber Avalos, Ace Potter, and James Tripp Battle with a cold brutality that came not from a delusion, but born out of a jealousy fueled by months of drug and alcohol abuse.
Now, when Andrew Crawford, Avalos' attorney, had his opportunity to present statements, he pleaded that this jury see all sides of the evidence that was presented this week, not just the prosecution's.
I'd ask you to turn that page to look at it from our perspective as well as the state's perspective. Ladies and gentlemen, this is insanity born by delusion.
Now, the case is now in the hands of the jury, so we are waiting for them to reach their final verdict. We'll be updating you throughout the day on our social media pages and our website, mysuncoast.com. For now, live in downtown Bradenton, I'm Adam Cellini. Scott, back to you.
All right, Adam, thank you so much. In other news today, the Manatee County Sheriff's Office gets another victory in the ongoing fight against the opioid epidemic. Deputies arresting Eugene Betancourt after finding small amounts of heroin, marijuana, methamphetamine, fentanyl, and other substances in his home in Bradenton. Betancourt now facing 11 charges, including 3 counts of sale of meth and possession of heroin and marijuana. Happening today in Washington, a former congressman is admitting to accusations of sexting a minor. Former U.S. Representative Anthony Weiner pleading guilty to a charge of transferring obscene material to a minor. He also has agreed to not appeal any sentence between 21 and 27 months in prison. The FBI began investigating Weiner last September after a 15-year-old girl told a tabloid news site that she and Weiner were exchanging lewd messages for several months. The investigation of his laptop led to the discovery of a cache of emails from Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton to her aide, who was Weiner's wife. Also in Washington, President Trump is calling the investigation of his campaign ties with Russia a witch hunt. ABC 7's Jacqueline Matter joins us now on why he's denying his campaign had anything to do with Russia or that he tried to shut down an FBI probe into the issue. Jacqueline?
Yes, Scott. Trump said at a news conference with the visiting Colombian president that even his enemies recognize his innocence. He then declared himself the most unfairly treated president in history. When asked if he had done anything that would merit prosecution or even impeachment, he said no, and that those allegations were, quote, ridiculous. Meanwhile, just a few blocks away, the Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein is spending his second day briefing lawmakers on appointing a new special counsel headed by former FBI Director Robert Mueller to lead an investigation into the Trump-Russia probe.
The briefing was very good, and what I learned, and I'm very satisfied with, is that the special prosecutor will have the breadth of scope necessary to follow any and all leads directly and tangential to the Russian attempt to influence our election.
This all comes on the heels of Trump's first official foreign trip aimed at conducting peace in the Middle East and engaging our allies on the fight against terrorism. He'll be making stops in Saudi Arabia, Israel, and the Vatican, and he'll finish the week at a NATO summit in Belgium and the G7 summit in Italy. Back to you, Scott.
All right, Jacqueline, thank you. One former president is showing life after the White House can be pretty carefree. Take a look at this. Former President George W. Bush caught photobombing a Fox News reporter during a Texas Rangers game. This happened on Wednesday. Witnesses say he just walked by during her live report and said, "Hey," but the reporter didn't turn around and just kept talking. Former president is a former owner of the Texas Rangers. His brother, former Florida Governor Jeb Bush, is reportedly nearing a purchase of the Florida Marlins with former New York Yankees star Derek Jeter. All right, let's talk weather. And wow, we hit 100 degrees yesterday.
How about that?
That is unbelievable.
It is unbelievable for this time of year, particularly. It's also unbelievable that we've had 4 days, probably we'll have 5 days in a row of record-breaking temperatures.
Wow.
Today's record high is 95. That's easily doable, I think, today. It's something else.
Man.
You know, people look at this and say, is that global warming? Well, you can't look at an event like this and say that it's caused by global warming. What you can say is that the theories of global warming and what global warming should produce are consistent with what we are seeing.
Yes.
That you can say.
Okay.
So we are looking at some fairly decent sky out there to start off the morning. There was a little smell of smoke in the air. The atmosphere was kind of stable, and we had a southeast transport wind. Now the atmosphere is kind of mixing itself up a little bit, and we are breaking that smoke smell, but we are also building a few clouds. Plus, we're catching a few showers already building because of a little extra moisture in the atmosphere. Rain chances better today than they were yesterday. However, we're already at 90 degrees, so I think a temperature of 96 is not a far reach. I think we'll get pretty close to that today. Might be a little bit cooler if those rain showers start a little earlier. We'll see. Otherwise, about a 20 to 30% chance of a shower later in the day. Complete forecast coming up in a minute, Scott.
Okay, John, thank you. The Red Cross is stepping in to help 4 families who were displaced by an apartment fire last night. 4-alarm fire breaking out at the Fair Oaks Apartments on Barlow Avenue, which is just off Fruitville Road. It began in the attic before spreading into one apartment. Crews were able to put out the fire within an hour. No word yet on if anyone was inside at the time. It took more than 100 firefighters several hours to get a 5-alarm warehouse fire under control yesterday. This fire started around noon at the Callahan Tires on 12th Street Court East in Onico. 3 people were injured, including 2 firefighters who suffered heat exhaustion. It's believed the fire could have started on the property next to that tire warehouse.
They all responded very quickly. I think the first initial fire engine was on scene within minutes.
It was a loud explosion. It sounded like almost a car blowing up. And so I know they have cars inside that building. They do like mechanical work there and stuff.
The state fire marshal will try to determine the cause of that fire. ABC 7 business commentator Jeff Stern joins us now. Look at the day on Wall Street so far. And Jeff, we had a huge drop on Wednesday, but how is the rest of the week looking overall?
Scott, huge is the correct word. 373 points on Wednesday. So far for the week, all the indices, the Dow, S&P, NASDAQ, are trading negative about 1%. But we want to keep in mind stock prices are still relatively close to their highs. Corporate profits are strong. Consumer confidence is strong. Oil is above $50 a barrel, and the 10-year Treasury's holding steady around 2.25. Woke up this morning, the futures were up, so let's see how we're currently trading. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, 20,778, up 115 points, 0.56 in the positive. NASDAQ, 6,093, up 38 points, over 0.5%, while S&P positive as well, leading the way, 2,382, up 17 points, almost 0.75%.
Well, John Deere came out with its quarterly numbers, Jeff, and I guess they look pretty good, huh?
Scott, John Deere is doing well, that is for sure. Their second quarter profit and revenue came out very strong, crushed their earnings. They actually raised their outlook for profits for 2017 from $1.5 billion to $2 billion. Earnings of $802 million for the quarter. Just to put that in perspective, 495 was a year ago. The CEO says we're seeing overall demand for our products, and South America is helping as well. Who is Deere, you wonder? They're the world's largest manufacturer of agriculture machinery, worth about $36 billion. Also, they have commercial, consumer equipment, forestry, as well as credit services to help you with those sales and leases as well. Began with John Deere in Vermont, 1804. Then he moved to Illinois in 1836 to avoid bankruptcy. He started really with a 1,300 square foot shop, repairing, made a plow and a shovel. Then he came with the plow. Before that was the steel plow, and that's really what made him go to the moon. He started building those before people bought them. Before that, everybody just made things after they bought them. Deere's crushing it. The rest is history, that's for sure. $121 it's trading at, up 18% for the year, Scott. Looks like all of this construction's continuing.
Yeah, it's a John Deere, right? That's what they say.
Definitely.
All right, Jeff, thanks so much.
Have a great weekend,
You
Scott.
too. Traffic is about to change on the Suncoast this weekend. The diverging diamond at I-75 and University Parkway will be opening Sunday morning. The $74 million project has been under construction for nearly 2 years now. The pattern will shift both directions of University Parkway traffic to the opposite sides of the road for a short section, all to improve traffic flow. This will be the first diverging diamond in the state of Florida. All right, it's time for lunch. Let's check in with ABC 7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher. She joins us today from Apollonia Grill in South Manatee County. Judy?
Welcome to Apollonia Grill, tucked back here on Cooper Creek Boulevard. It's going to be easy to find, just down a little bit from Home Goods and next to Leroy Selman's. Is truly one of my favorite Greek restaurants. The food has a fresh, modern interpretation. They're doing unbelievable things like making homemade pita bread early in the morning every single day from scratch. And for things like a lamb kebab or a fresh salad, you cannot go wrong. They've taken that great modern spin to just bring you the freshness. You can be as decadent or as light as you want, and they have a beautiful full bar, so you can pick delicious wines from around the world to pair with your dishes. But mostly what I love is to just sit back, have a great fresh salad, the best tzatziki in town, and enjoy the company of good friends like the owners here that you'll meet in just a minute. We'll be back in a few minutes to meet Eddie and talk about all this great Greek cuisine.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Come on in, welcome to our pad. Trust me, folks, you'll in for a ride. I'm driving, so relax. Unwind, leave your buckets all behind. Get ready to blow your mind. In Beatsville, don't be shy, come and make the scene. Catch the crazy party inside. The hipsters here are gone, and dig, man, they're on to something big. Yeah, they're gonna flip your wig in Beatsville. Catch the gig in Beatsville.
For the last decade, SNS Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Already steamy hot out there at a 90-degree temperature. Dew point coming in at 69, making it feel a little bit steamy. It's not a dew point at mid-70s, but it's warm enough. And certainly this morning, we started out with dew points in the 70s. We are looking at a southeast wind that'll continue on throughout the afternoon. Kind of breezy at about 15, but the little southerly component to the easterly wind will allow, I think, the sea breeze to become a little bit more vigorous today. Plus, with those kind of wind speeds, it's transporting a lot of moisture up this way. Already 93 degrees in Punta Gorda. We've got 84 degrees in Inglewood and Venice, 83 degrees Longboat Key. Inland temperatures warmer, 87 Lake Placid, 86 Arcadia, 85 Myakka, 86 in Parrish. These temperatures will probably definitely hit the mid-90s today, I think. Across the region, well, we've got this southeasterly wind flow. It's really drawing up this tongue of moisture. Models did a very good job in forecasting that, and we have a much more vigorous radar image today than we had 24 hours ago. Daytime heating already picking off a few showers around, and some of them producing some pretty good rainfall in inland areas. We've got a few now moving through Hardy, DeSoto, and areas of Manatee County as well. Some of them producing some fairly heavy rainfall. We'll watch that continue throughout the afternoon. Here's what's going on. The dry air indicated here on the water vapor imagery right across this region is beginning to retreat southward. High pressure is giving way to a little bit of a withdrawal from the state, if you will, so that it doesn't have quite the grasp on our weather as it had 24 hours ago. Plus, a little bit more moisture is funneling in. So the combination of all those factors, along with increased surface moisture as well, is allowing for some showers and thunderstorms to develop today. And, of course, the warm temperatures certainly do aid in creating the lift necessary to produce the showers and the instability in the atmosphere. We've got some dew point values in the 70s, even upper 70s, approaching upper 70s down around Key West, and that really translates all the way across the state of Florida. Really, Sarasota, one of the cooler dew point values right now. With all this warm weather, our drought indexes continue to rise. Numbers came in yesterday, and the real estate that the extreme area of drought covers has just about doubled in a week. So it's expanding northward, it's expanding westward. Hardy and DeSoto now virtually covered in that designation of extreme drought. Now, one thing that the surface moisture will do is lower, temporarily, it's a day-by-day thing, the fire danger index in places where there's been a little extra rainfall or a little extra humidity. It helps. It really helps. Now, it doesn't alleviate the drought by no stretch of the imagination. There's still a lot of very dry vegetation out there. But in some areas, like DeSoto County, for instance, has gone from very high to high today, mostly because of the humidity in the atmosphere. Hopefully, by the end of the day, we'll be able to talk about a lot more shower coverage for our area today as our rainfall chance has gone up just a little bit. It'll go up tomorrow as well to about 30 or 40%, but daytime highs will still remain warm. As we head into next work week, we might be able to lower the daytime high temperatures a little bit, but we'll also have to lower the rain chances a smidge as well. Back to you, Scott.
Okay, John, thank you. New this afternoon, a Miami company has pulled its cheese products from California stores for possible bacterial contamination. La Nica Products recalling 6,000 pounds of its Queso Duro Blando brand cheese. The FDA says it could be affected with listeria, which can cause fatal and flu-like symptoms in some people, but no illnesses have been reported so far. Skipping breakfast and dodging lunch are just two ways you can gain weight. Doctors are finding those who skip the most important meal of the day are more likely to be obese. It causes you to eat more calories in the day than you should, and it can knock off your metabolism. The same with skipping lunch. Doctors suggest eating at least 300 calories like an oatmeal or light omelet for breakfast, but no more than 200 calories for lunch like a hard-boiled egg or plain Greek yogurt with fruit. And then for dinner, go low on those carbs. Well, besides your looks, what makes you attractive to other people? Is it your personality? Maybe it's your smell or your voice? Well, research says it's a little bit of all of that. According to a new study published in the Frontiers of Psychology, having a pleasant body odor and voice make people more likely to flirt or date you. Vocal cues help others make judgments about another person's sex, age, dominance, cooperativeness, emotional state, physical strength, and possibly even fertility. And having an unpleasant odor is just discouraging. As a matter of fact, certain odors can be tied to diseases such as diabetes, which is known to give off a scent similar to rotten apples. So in other words, your looks, voice, and smell all work together in scoring a mate, so take special care of each one if you're out there looking. When we come back, we'll meet our pet of the week, and then one man's heroic efforts to save a 5,000-pound rhino pays off. That story and more coming up.
When caring for my wife alone became too much for me, I called my long-term care insurance company to get help from Granny Nannies. Now the most wonderful nurses help me with her care.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wannabe Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Where the spring clearance is on, pay no interest until April 2018 with same-day pickup or next-day delivery. This dual reclining sofa with drop-down table and 2 cup holders, $4.99 in beige or brown. This special purchase white cottage house bedroom, now $7.99. Matching nightstand free. These Danish chairs with matching ottoman, your choice of colors, only $2.99 each. Now at the Furniture Warehouse in Sarasota, Bradenton, Venice, Port Charlotte, and Ellenton.
And save big. Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is rated the safest and most dependable automotive brand, and all Subaru models with eyesight are a 2017 IIHS top safety pick. Right now, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV, a new Subaru Forester, for just $209 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Mom needed more care than we could provide, so we called Granny Nannies. She now has around-the-clock caregivers, and we have peace of mind. Thanks to them, she's where she belongs, at home.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
The Tampa Bay Rays are back home tonight to face the New York Yankees. The team finishing up a winning road trip on Wednesday in Cleveland. Yesterday was the team's first day off in 20 days. Tampa Bay will take on the division-leading Yankees tonight at Tropicana Field. This game starts at just after 7 o'clock this evening. Time now to meet another animal that needs a home. John is with the founder of Dante's Den and host of Animal Outtakes, Marsha Panucci, to tell us about Shelly. John?
Shelly is a sweet baby, aren't you a sweet baby?
They don't get any sweeter
Marsha,
than this dog. Yeah, she's mild-mannered. She's sweet. She came to Dante's Den last year from the Louisiana floods, and she came with her 6 puppies.
Oh my goodness.
And she was a great mom, And then 8 weeks, she said, time for you to take care of them and get them on their way, which we did.
That's how nature works.
Yes. And so here's Shelly, and she is in wonderful health, very mild-mannered, loves to ride in cars, loves life, but takes life a little easy. She doesn't get too stressed and loves to play ball, but she'll play it for only a certain amount of time, and then she comes in. Now, you notice she's going to sit down, and if she really begins to get relaxed, she's going to go on her side, and she's going to say, Uncle John, Please rub my tummy.
She's a leaner, too, I can see.
Yes, she is.
Oh, what a sweetheart.
She's a Border Collie mix.
Smart animals. Probably the smartest, the Border
That's
Collie.
what they say.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
I had a Border Collie once, and I'm here to testify. That is a smart dog. Smart dog.
But she is, look at that. She's not afraid of the cameras, and she was doing beautifully in our green room, and everybody that came in, she let them pet her. Just as sweet as they come.
Is that the spot right there?
Yeah, that's,
that what you were
there's
going
another
for?
good
Is
one.
That what you were going? There
You're doing
you go,
good.
Sweetie. Yeah, what a good dog. So she's not a senior citizen, but she's middle-aged, right?
Yeah, she's middle-aged.
Yeah.
You know, if we kind of calculate it out, she's somewhere between 42 and 45 human years of age. She has a lot of good years left.
Yep.
And because she's very, very healthy, we only wish her a very, very long life.
And she's gotten rid of some of that puppy energy, so she'd be a very, very good lap dog.
Yes, yes.
At least she'd want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. She will crawl in your lap, and she.
Look at her. What
she's
a
just
sweet
perfect.
animal.
She's just absolutely
Where you going,
perfect.
baby? Come on back here. Shelly, come here. And what's the process of adopting out, Shelly?
You have to fill out an application at Dante's Den at 941-219-3730. And we do an interview. We do a home visit. And then we see if Shelly likes you.
Oh, Shelly will like anybody, I think.
Absolutely.
She's such a sweet
She
animal.
is perfect.
And very well behaved. Look at there, off the leash.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Marcia, thank you so very much.
Thank you. And Shelly, thank you.
We're going to find you a home. Scott?
All right, thank you both. Back now to Chef Judy, who's enjoying some Mediterranean cuisine today at Apollonia Grill. Judy?
Well, I want you to meet my friend Eddie, who is the owner here and has brought such a good restaurant for so many years. How long have you been here?
Well, we've been here for almost 4 years now, so we'll be 4 years in June.
And what I love about it, it's not hot enough yet to worry about this. You can sit outside, and I love how you just open up the windows and bring in a breeze either way.
Yes, this has worked out really nice. We have a little nice patio over here, and we can open the windows, especially throughout, the cooler months. And pretty soon they'll close, and we won't be able to open them.
So while we can, we'll do it.
Yes.
Now, Eddie, talk a little bit about your family background, about the passion and what you and your family bring over here at Apollonia Grill.
Well, my family's been in restaurants pretty much all of my life, and I've only worked in restaurants all of my life, so this is what I know. We try to deliver, fresh, authentic recipes as well as some modern takes. Try to always work with what's in season and bring you the best quality we can.
And it really works. Now, I love your special Sunday family. Yes. It just feels like that's exactly what you want to do. Tell us more about that.
Well, we love that menu. I mean, we thought about that. How do we make something that brings people together? And so that's what it is. It brings people together, and that menu is meant to be shared among each other. And it's all you can eat. So you can order some food, and then if you're more hungry, keep ordering more and more and more till you're stuffed. So share plates with family, endless.
And I didn't realize it was endless, and there goes the diet yet again, because it's so good. Now, do you feature things like happy hour, and what are some other specials that you're doing?
Yeah, we feature, our happy hour starts at 4 o'clock and it ends at 6:30. We do a great deal on wines and cocktails. We also have Monday Prefix. We have this prefix menu, 3-course for $20, and it's a great value. It brings people out on Mondays. It's been pretty successful. Now it's like Mondays are busier than Fridays, so.
Okay, so we got to eat here Sunday, we got to eat here Monday, and then we got to eat here Wednesday because we're just craving your food too.
7 days a week,
right?
yes.
7 days a week. And why don't you tell us about the hours of operation so people know?
We open 7 days a week, Monday through Sunday, from 11 a.m. till 10 p.m. So lunch and dinner, 7 days a week.
And you're going to find out why you need to come over here to enjoy lunch and dinner in just a few minutes. We'll be back to describe this delicious cuisine.
The Alfa Romeo Quadrifoglio charmed us all and crippled the competition. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
From meeting curious lemurs to feeding big cats and hosing down rhinos, there's never a dull moment. And sometimes these amazing animals chime in.
Watch Animal Outtakes every week on ABC7.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call. Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has answered calls for recovery and treatment 24/7, 365 days a year. If you're depressed, drinking, using drugs, or taking pills, call now and talk to someone who cares.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Most insurance covers substance abuse. You can get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call 800-622-1941. 800-622-1941.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Alfa Romeo got a lot right with the Giulia, but the handling alone is sufficient reason to get one. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. Topping our news this half hour, the search for 4 people on a missing plane is called off near the Bahamas. The Coast Guard suspending the search for 40-year-old Jennifer Blumen, her 2 children, and the plane's pilot. The plane was heading to Florida from Puerto Rico when it vanished over the ocean. Plane debris was located east of the Bahamas. Coast Guard and Bahamian officials covered an area of ocean the size of Massachusetts before calling off the search late last night. A man accused of mowing down a crowd of people on a New York City sidewalk is facing charges. Almost 24 people were hurt and a teenager was killed at Times Square. ABC's Emily Rao has more on the driver.
Moments after his deadly ride down some of the busiest sidewalks in New York City, 26-year-old Richard Rojas not giving up, trying to run away after crashing his car into a steel barrier.
Traffic right at that point said, get him, get him. So I ran toward him and I tackled him down.
A bouncer helped tackle Rojas to the ground. Police say he told him the end of the world was coming, that he smoked something before this terrifying turn into a crowd of tourists.
We got a car running people over, 4, 2, and 7.
The horrifying video captures the moments more than 20 people were hurt, ranging in age from 13 to 72. 18-year-old Alyssa Ellsman, visiting the city with her family, was killed.
I'm in denial, pretty much, because I can't believe that. How do you believe that? I mean, she just got to New York. That's her happy place.
The suspect, a Navy vet, arrested just last week for putting a knife to a man's throat. 2 other arrests on his record for driving under the influence. A friend says he hasn't been the same since his military service.
Before I met him, he didn't have a drinking problem. When he came back from serving, that's when he started drinking a lot.
Today, Richard Rojas will face a judge for arraignment. Here in Times Square, the crowds are back. Concrete barriers are up. That one is actually where the car came to rest yesterday. The mayor of New York City making it clear this is not terror-related. Emily Rao, ABC News, New York.
2 women and a 7-year-old boy are recovering today in Washington after falling 15 feet from a Ferris wheel. It happened last night during a town festival in Port Townsend. Officials say the Ferris wheel cart they were in flipped upside down, dropping the people out of it. The boy and 2 women fell and landed on the ride's metal flooring. The ride was immediately shut down, and the company that owns the carnival equipment is investigating. Organizers of the festival saw this entire incident unfold. Their sons, in fact, were stuck at the top of the Ferris wheel during the accident.
My son handled it like a champ. This was a tragic event, and our thoughts and prayers are with all involved.
The victim's a 59-year-old woman who has multiple fractures and is in critical condition. She is expected to recover. A 47-year-old woman and a 7-year-old boy both have non-life-threatening injuries. Follow up this afternoon on the severe storms moving through the Midwest of our country. Today, people are cleaning up after days of nasty weather. Possible twisters were spotted in at least 13 areas yesterday, bringing pounding hail, damaging winds. There have been more than 3 dozen reported tornadoes since Tuesday. The most powerful one hit Wichita, carved a 27-mile path. The storms are being blamed for at least 3 deaths in Oklahoma, Wisconsin, and Iowa. Just look at what it left behind.
Amazing video.
Yep. We've got all these storm chasers now who follow these systems and get pretty close to these twisters.
Yeah, there was a post today by a really renowned researcher and storm chaser named Charles Doswell, who's written some really incredible papers over the years, saying that the congestion is probably more dangerous than the tornado chasing at this point.
So many people doing it.
So many people doing it. You know, and yesterday was a particularly bad day. You know, 540 instances of severe weather reported, and the same locations today. Some of them are under the gun, Texas and Oklahoma. So. Bad situation for them, you know, this time of year is rough. For us, we're getting actually some good news in the weather department today. We got a little bit more rainfall on the radar already at this hour. Lakewood Ranch webcam put into motion shows a few fair weather clouds to start off the morning, then a nice crystal blue sky followed by increasing cloud cover as we head into the last few hours of our time-lapse framing there. So what we'll see are the showers that are building in inland areas continue to drift on a general northwesterly motion from the southeast, and those showers at times could produce some fairly heavy rainfall. The satellite view shows lots of sunshine helping to boost our temperatures, and that's a good thing. We're already a few degrees warmer than we were just 24 hours ago when we hit 100 degrees. So I think there'll be a little more cloud cover around today. That might kind of keep the temperatures down a bit, but we are well on the way to another probably record-breaking day. Scott?
Okay, John, thank you. New this afternoon, a Suncoast man is in the hospital with serious injuries after he was hit by a vehicle. Now troopers need your help to find the driver involved in this hit-and-run crash. It happened last night off Alligator Drive and Southland Road in Venice. Troopers say the victim was trying to jumpstart his vehicle in a driveway. The driver was trying to come into the driveway and did not see the man and hit him. After that crash, the suspected driver then took off. The car is described as a white or cream-colored older model Cadillac with wheels that emit green light. Anyone with information is asked to call the Florida Highway Patrol. Yesterday, we told you about a woman hitting an alligator on I-75 in Northport. Well, now another driver has hit one, this time near Tampa. It happened this morning in Waimama on State Road 674. These are photos from the scene. Troopers say the 27-year-old motorcycle rider hit the 10-foot gator after it walked into his path. The two collided. The rider was thrown from the bike. He has just minor injuries, fortunately. The gator did survive, but has some serious injuries.
That's my rhino. Yeah. Good boy. That's a good boy.
It was a very happy reunion for a wildlife sanctuary owner and the white rhinoceros in Naples. Donovan Smith is the CEO of The Preserve. Last month, he saved Walter the rhino from a massive fire. Smith suffered second-degree burns from the attempt, mostly from driving a four-wheeler through the facility as the fire closed in on Walter's enclosure. He stayed in the hospital for weeks, and the two met up for the first time yesterday.
I want to just get in there and, you know, rub him, and I can't. I have to let my skin heal. But he's obviously been traumatized too. He's a little spooky. This has been a very, very humbling experience that people, you know, I'm broken and stuck in a bed, and the outpouring of love and support of total strangers has been uplifting and given me a lot of inspiration.
45 other animals were rescued that day, including a giraffe, leopard, and a Florida panther. Time now to check in again with ABC 7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher, who's joining us today from Apollonia Grill in South Manatee County. Judy?
Eddie, let's get right into this great food. Tell us what you made.
Okay, so to your right there we have our kale and orzo salad with some grilled shrimp. That salad works really nice. It's got lemon vinaigrette, so it's very bright. Works really nice with the soft orzo and the crisp kale.
One of my very favorites. And over here is a new dish.
Yes, that's our mushroom pork tenderloin. That's very decadent on top of each other. So roasted mushroom pork tenderloin with a Parmesan crust, sauteed mushroom in a red wine sauce, and some butternut squash pasta stuffed with goat cheese.
Oh, yes. Now, I know my husband's going to go crazy for this. A wonderful summer dish.
Yes, that's our tomato salad. So that's going to be your classic true Greek salad. So no lettuce on that salad, but it's got heirloom tomatoes, some onions, some olives, and some barrel-aged feta cheese with some grilled lamb chops on top. It's so wonderful. It's really good.
It's fantastic. Now, you are known for your octopus. Always grilled so perfectly. Beautiful presentation.
Yes, that's our octopus, Mediterranean octopus. It's the best money can buy. We braise it very simply and then just put it on a hot charcoal, and it gets that smokiness flavor. It's really, really nice.
Another dish that I think is just perfect for fish lovers.
Yes, that's our golden corvina. So we simply roast it, and then we saute some shrimp, scallops, and some crab meat in a lemon beurre blanc sauce with some mashed potatoes and asparagus, and it just works wonderful.
And as I briefly mentioned in the open, not only this mezza platter that I always have to have, you know that, to start with, you're making your own homemade pita bread.
Yes, we start early in the morning. We make our dough, and we open about 400 pitas a day on season, and on the weekends a lot more than that. So we have great staff. You have to have great people to be able to do this. I'm just one guy, so I have wonderful people that work with us together, and we're able to do those pillowy, soft pita breads that are just so delicious.
It's so delicious. And over here, the salmon?
This is our salmon. It's been on our menu for quite some time. It's a true classic. It's got some couscous on the bottom, some eggplant caponata, and then some Greek yogurt with dill and lemon, and those flavors really go well together.
I'm in heaven, and of course, we'd be remiss if we did not talk about the lamb kebab.
Yes. So we do the lamb kebab. That's one of our top-selling dishes. We pair it with some roasted lemon potatoes, the roasted vegetables, the Greek yogurt, and just works really, really nice.
I'm going to have the best lunch of my life, but go nowhere. There's homemade dessert in just a few minutes.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC7. We're here for you.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
One.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
We are looking at a hot day. 90 degrees already, the air temperature. About where we were yesterday, that is true. But I think as we head into the next couple of hours, we'll probably be leveling off in the mid-90s. I don't think we'll get quite to 100 degrees today. That would be pretty remarkable, and the odds would be against that. Plus, I think we'll have a little more cloud cover around today and a few more showers as well, which will help cool things. But I bet you we still get either close to or break the record for the day. The record's only 95, so it's doable. 69-degree dew point, making it feel kind of sticky. Southeast wind breezy at 15. Southeast wind transporting moisture in this direction. And with daytime heating, with a little less effective sinking high pressure ridge, we're getting some showers at this hour. Nice line beginning to build up as that east coast sea breeze and the general southeasterly wind flow sets up that line that heads in this direction. As our sea breeze begins to start a little bit later in the afternoon and build and move a little bit further inland than it did before, it's going to collide head on with that approaching line of showers, and they will blossom, bloom, and produce some pretty good rainfall, I think, in some locations. There'll be spotty showers from time to time. What's happening is that this frontal boundary is progressing toward the east. As it does that, the high-pressure ridge is nudged a little further away from us. That relaxes its grip on the state of Florida and allows for a little more instability in the atmosphere. Also, a little tongue of moisture down to the south is kind of lifting northward, supplying some lower and mid-level moisture as well. Put it all together, hot weather conditions, better rain chances, and that trend will probably continue into the weekend. Lots of sunshine around. Each and every day we're going to start the day with a lot of sunshine. UV indexes will be high. But looking at the RPM computer model, you can see the few scattered showers beginning to build, maybe a little further inland today. And some of them pretty heavy as they trek off to the north and to the west. Then tomorrow, I think we'll see a very similar situation with a few scattered showers around. It won't be a whole day of rainfall, but at least we'll see a little better coverage, a little further inland over the next several days. For beach and boating, winds, as I said, are a little breezy out there today, coming in out of the southeast, switching to the northeast. Moderate chop anticipated, and over the next several days, hot, hazy, humid, chance of rain each day, while not summertime rainfall chances, still better than we have seen. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. New this afternoon, the painting of a famous American artist fetches a record price tag at a New York auction. Untitled by Jean-Michel Basquiat, selling for $110.5 million. Its buyer is a Japanese e-commerce billionaire. The sale tops the $105 million paid in 2013 for an Andy Warhol painting. Only 10 other works of art have sold for more than $100 million. Basquiat died of a drug overdose in 1988 at the age of 27, and the last time a painting of his was sold was back in 1984 for only $19,000. Well, from seafood to Broadway, there's lots to do on the Suncoast this weekend. ABC 7's Linda Carson has a rundown in the Suncoast scene.
This stage transforms into a magical wonderland in Once on This Island. It's now playing at the Venice Theater, and it will be here through Sunday, May 21st.
It's a Caribbean retelling of The Little Mermaid based off the Hans Christian Andersen book. It follows the life of a young girl, Tamoon, and her journey to find love and all the obstacles that get in her way.
Denisha Carr plays the lead.
Her name is Tamoon, and she's an orphan, and she falls in love with a rich person from the island, and their two worlds are never really allowed to mix. So it's all about how she deals with that love and how that love affects her.
The author, Rosa Guy, set the story in Haiti. Christopher Getty plays one of the gods of the island.
In Haiti, lots of the voodoo culture is so prevalent. She decided to add the gods, and Papa Gay is actually a conglomeration of a few of the gods in Haitian literature and Haitian religions. But he's the god of death and fertility.
Once on This Island at the Venice Theater. And this weekend, the first ever St. Ormond Seafood and Music Festival. 2 days of great food and some of the best live bands on the Suncoast. Bands like Twinkle and Soul Rock Radio and Jaw Movement and many more. And it's showtime at the Players Center in Sarasota. The Players Kids, 38 kids ages 8 to 17, will take the stage and entertain us.
We are doing The Lion King Jr., which is based off of the full Broadway show, so it's a smaller version of the show, and it's coming up this Saturday, May 20th, and Sunday, May 21st.
These kids are incredible. They're artists. One of the great things that we've got to explore with Lion King Jr. is you can't move like a human, you gotta move like an animal. So the kids are learning modern and African dance techniques on top of jazz.
And the brand new Sarasota Festival of Vocal Arts is making its first appearance ever at the Oslo Rep this weekend.
The Sarasota Festival of Vocal Arts was a brainchild of ours to present works primarily in English or in English translation.
That's Friday and Saturday nights at 7:30 in the Cook Theater at the Oslo Rep. Linda Carson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Linda, thank you so much. Coming up, the family of Chris Cornell does not believe the suspected cause of his death. And Kobe Bryant loves the kids and how he's helping a few of them kick off the summer stress-free.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
Get ready for some monkeying around. I'm Stephanie Roberts. On Suncoast View, our animal expert Marcia joins us with primates from Palm Harbor for us to play with. It's Field Trip Friday. One person's trash is another person's treasure. Plus a Judy Garland tribute. Julie Rohr Academy previews 42nd Street, and we'll celebrate Bo Best's birthday with Snook Haven in the kitchen.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $249 per month or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
It's been a wonderful visit here at Apollonia Grill, right in Cooper Creek Boulevard with all the shopping center. There's plenty of parking, and you can enjoy great desserts with real, authentic Greek coffee that I know Eddie's bringing for me, along with homemade profiteroles and baklava. So guys, I'm feeling a little love envy here that I might send a little bit back to you. Eddie, this is just so lovely. I feel like I'm back in Greece, and I will enjoy it all. I want to thank you for having us today and let everybody know it's time. If you haven't been here, you need to come out to Apollonia Grill. Truly one of my favorite Greek experiences. And when you come here, you're going to know why. That's why. That and baklava is exactly why. Have a great weekend, everybody, and enjoy.
All right, Judy, thank you so much. That is a great place to visit. The family of Chris Cornell does not believe the musician intentionally killed himself. The medical examiner concluded that he hung himself, but the family says without toxicology tests completed, they can't be sure what led to his death. Cornell was a Seattle native. To honor him, the city's Space Needle went dark for an hour last night. Finally, a retweet from Kobe Bryant gets a few high school students out of their final exam. One kid tweeted him saying if he gave them retweet, the students wouldn't have to take a final exam. He even included a picture of himself and the teacher shaking hands on the deal. Well, Kobe came through. Yesterday, the retired Lakers star retweeted the student's request saying, quote, hope you have an A in this class. Because otherwise you wouldn't want to skip the final, right? But wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Huh? A little one-on-one with Kobe there.
Yeah.
That's something to remember.
Yeah.
So we're looking at more hot weather over the next couple of days for sure. I think maybe by Sunday or the beginning of next work week we'll lower the temperatures a little.
And hopefully get some rain out of this too.
I think so.
Yeah, great. Have a great day, everyone.
Download ABC7's official Suncoast weather app onto all your devices so you can stay informed wherever you go. With our full-featured weather app, you get weather alerts, interactive radar maps, current conditions, 10-day forecasts, and weather video from ABC7, all at your fingertips. And it's free. The ABC7 official Suncoast weather app, sponsored by 1 Hour Air. Just search Suncoast WX in the App Store and download yours today.
Come on in, welcome to our pad. Trust me, folks, you're in for a ride. I'm driving, so relax. Unwind, leave your buckets all behind. Get ready to blow your mind. In Beatsville, don't be shy. Come and make the scene. Catch the crazy party inside. The hipsters here are gone and dig, man, they're on to something big. Yeah, they're gonna flip your wig in Beatsville. Catch the gig in Beatsville.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.